guys, it's Cece. Welcome back to another video. So today we're gonna do a little get ready with me with my go-to makeup products. So I get a lot of questions on like which makeup products have stayed in my routine and what I use like on a daily basis and like my go-to favorite all-time makeup products. But first, let's cheers this matcha. Look how big it is. I'm just special. That's why I get a bigger cup. Let's pin this hair back because we do not need it in the way for makeup. So I use these little clips that I got off Amazon and I just kind of pin my hair back so it's out of my face when I start my makeup. So I first start off with my brows. The products that I use is the Elf Brow Lift. This is what it looks like, and it's like a clear paste kind of, and it goes on clear as well. And this doesn't really smudge or doesn't like leave residue. I go in with the Got to Be Glued After to really like set my brow in place, and this is the one that's really sticky. It leaves the residue like bad behind, so just make sure to clean that up before you start your next process, which would be like priming or foundation. Wipe it, it'll get stuck in the residue, so just make sure that you do wipe it because you don't want that. I also use the Elf brow applicator, and this is what it looks like. It comes with this, but you have to buy them separately. So this is the one that you're supposed to be using with this, but you could also use a spoolie or whatever to get the product in your brow. But this is important to get the brow product in your eyebrow and like make sure that it's sticking up. Okay, let's get into these brows. So it kind of goes on like water. That's how I'm gonna describe it. It's like a gel water because it doesn't leave any sticky residue, and it's like really like shiny and clear. And then I use the back piece to push the product in like that, and then go back and fix some hairs. The reason I use two different eyebrow products is because the Elf Brow Lift doesn't really hold my brows all day, so that's why I go in with the second Got to Be Glued. This stuff really holds it in place and your hairs are not going anywhere. Plus I have thick eyebrows, so that's probably why my eyebrows tend to fall during the day, and especially when it's really hot outside, they get sweaty and then they start to fall. And then I go in again and I use this back piece and I just push the Got to Be Glued product in there, and then I kind of just angle it so they're not just sticking up like the Grinch. They're just gonna be natural. So that's one eyebrow done, and then look at the comparison. These are gonna be a little crazy right now. Okay, so both eyebrows are finished, and I cleaned up the glue that was from Got to Be Glued because I don't want that getting mixed in with my primers or my other face products that I'm going to be using. So my next product that I really love, and you'll probably see me using this in all my get ready with me's, is the Refy primer. So I've never been really of a primer girl, but I have been using this stuff and I actually like really love it. So it kind of goes on like a, I don't know if you've heard of like the snail mucus that everybody's like obsessing about, but it kind of goes on like that, and it's really lightweight, and I just feel like it's better with your makeup because if you're using heavy makeup, light makeup, if you're acne prone skin, this is like a barrier that's protecting your pores so your makeup doesn't get sucked into your pores and then you start breaking out. So that's what I've noticed with this primer. Then I go in with the Glow Recipe, the Dewdrops. I normally focus this like around my drier spots, so like under my eyes, kind of like in my nose area right here, in between my eyebrows, just spots that I notice throughout my makeup, like which ones are more drier and look more cakier, if that makes sense. But using this and like really rubbing it on those spots that tend to get dry, I've noticed it's like really like smooth when I put my makeup on. That's something that's worked for me. Maybe it'll work for you. So I kind of just let that dry a little bit, and then I'll go in with my face products. So the next thing is, this isn't really my go-to, but like this is my go-to if I'm like going outside and I need a sunscreen. This is a tinted moisturizer. It's by Rare Beauty. It has SPF 20 in it. I've been really needing like a moisturizer sunscreen, and I haven't really like got around to get one. So I just rub this kind of in like a moisturizer, and it's a protectant as well because obviously it has sunscreen in it, and that's what I really like about moisturizers that have sunscreens in them. And the good thing about this is you can also use it under your makeup, so you can wear this by itself or you can put a foundation on top of it. So that's what I really like about this as well. Next, if I want more of a coverage, then I would use the Elf Halo Glow liquid filter, but I don't really feel like putting that much on my skin, so I'm not gonna use this. But that is one of my go-to products for like a foundation. But normally if I'm like being outside, I do want to use some type of SPF. And then obviously I love using concealer. If I don't really wear foundation, I'm using concealer just like under my eyes, by my nose area, and kind of like on like my blemishes. But other than that, I really don't wear foundation, so concealer is pretty much like what I would go to for like a foundation-ish. My next go-to product, I don't really bronze my face, but when I do, I use the Saie creamy bronzer in the shade light bronze, and this stuff, chef's kiss. It's the best bronzer that I've ever used, and especially if you want to like darken your face up a little bit, because I'm super white, so I like using this to really contrast and just kind of darken my face up to give me some, looks like I've been sitting in the sun a little bit. So that's what I really like using this for, and it just goes on really smooth and creamy. And also a good thing with this bronzer is you can layer, so if you want it to be a little darker, you can just keep adding more and it'll give you a more darker layer each time you go over it. Also, what I do with my bronzer is I take my little baby fluffy brush and I dip it in there, and then I kind of just get it under the hood of my eye, kind of just blend it in so my eyes don't look so pale. So it might not look like I bronzed my face at all, but I don't like a lot to where it like kind of looks like it's dirty, like dirt. But I just put a little bit on and then I keep layering it to get to the point where I like the color of it. I kind of like it. We're gonna stop there. Now next, I'm gonna conceal so I can, you know, bring some highlight back into my face. So the concealer that I go to, this is my favorite concealer. It's the Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape, and I get it in the shade 12B. I absolutely love this concealer. I know there's a new one that just came out. I think it's like Radiate. I don't know what the word is, but it's like another creamy one that I do want to try. But that's been like my go-to for like probably the past year, is I've been using this one. It's more on the pricier side, but it'll last you. This has lasted me probably like the whole year. I haven't bought a new one. I only use a little bit too, so that's probably why I haven't bought one in a long time. But you honestly don't need a lot, because a lot kind of goes a long way. I recommend this one 1000%. And it's so lightweight, like it's like not too thick, and it just goes on like butter. So those are the types of concealers that I really like, because I like my face to look like that glow and kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but kind of like that, and it's like looks kind of wet and moisturized. That's the type of look I like to go for. So after my concealer, I then go back in with my bronzer just to kind of touch up and darken some of the areas that I want to be really like stand out there, so my concealer doesn't take away from my bronzer, and I just like to have that natural tannish look. So that's what I'm doing right now, just fixing it. Next, I like to use this Morphie powder. Oh my gosh, the best powder I've ever used in my entire life. It's in the shade Brightening Pink, and like, I don't know if you guys can tell, I just go ahead and set my under eyes with it. Then I go in with like a fluffy brush and I just kind of dust all the powder off that I just put on there. I'm looking at my phone because I'm doing my makeup through my camera, so I just want to make sure I look fine and not crazy. After that, I like to go in with blush. So I recently started using the Rare Beauty. I got this maybe 2 months ago. It's in the shade Hope. It's so good. So I just do literally one dot because that's all you need, and then I blend it with a beauty blender, and it just blends really nicely. It's like that perfect subtle pink, and I kind of bring it on my nose and down so it looks like that natural sunburn look. So after the liquid blush, I go in with my Tarte Pro Glow palette, and I use this pink color right here. I take a fluffy brush and I kind of just set that liquid blush with powder like so. These are the products that I use when I'm not really working, kind of like on my days off, when I kind of want to get ready. These are just my natural go-to makeup products that I really love using, and I wanted to share with you guys. Next, I set my face before I do my eyes. That's just because I don't want my mascara to be really wet when I set my face. That's why I do it before I do my eyes. The setting spray I use is the NYX Dewy Finish. This is what it looks like, and it says that it lasts up to 16 hours. I don't even know if I've worn makeup for 16 hours, so I couldn't really answer if it lasts that long, but I'm pretty sure it does, because when I wear this out in the heat, my makeup doesn't fall off or anything like that. So I say this is a pretty good, and it's on the cheaper side. Then I kind of just let that dry a little bit. Let's take a matcha break. Now the base is finished. We love that. It's time to do eyes. So I use these two colors. They're the NYX Jumbo Pencil, I believe. Yeah, and I use these two. So I only use black or white. It just depends on which I'm feeling more. So like today I'm wearing a white shirt and like my fun little flowy pants. So I think I'm gonna go with white. So it does just depend on like which one I'm feeling, which one would look good. White kind of brightens me up and the black one kind of, I don't know how to, like kind of gives me like a smoky eye. So I love both of these. If you're looking for a good eyeliner, this is one that's really good and it's on the cheaper side. I usually use this little hat thing and I kind of bring my eye down and then I just go ahead and start doing my eyes. It really like brightens it up. I haven't never found like a good eyeliner that actually like stays on and it's really bright. I don't know how else to explain it. This one's really does the trick. Just gives you that effect of brightening your eyeball up. Now eyelashes. So I've gone through a lot of mascaras, so I'm gonna show you all of the ones that I've used. I've used the Sky High mascara. It's a really good mascara, don't get me wrong. The wand is really thin. She's a little dried out because that's the one that used to be my favorite. Then I was like, let's try different ones. So I tried the Roller Lash Benefit and I got it in a mini because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. So this one used to be my go-to and the wand is like this and it's kind of like a curve and it like lifts your eyelashes up. But then I discovered Elf Lash and Roll. This guy is $6. This mini, the mini guy from Benefit, I think it was $12. And the bigger one, like this is just the mini, so they have a bigger one and the bigger one's like $27. And this Elf is the same wand, $6. So this has been my favorite mascara, so I'm so glad that I found a mascara and it's on the cheaper side, so I suggest this one. First coat, like it just speaks for itself. Look at the comparison. Speechless. And this is my face. All the products I will put in my description. I just enjoyed doing this because I do get a lot of questions on like which products are my favorite, which products do I use on a daily basis. So these are my go-to makeup products that I will probably never leave my makeup routine. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got some new products out of this video because I love using all of these, and I hope that this answered some of your questions, maybe if you had any about what I use or how I get this to look like this or whatever it may be. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any comments, you guys want to share something with me so I can try it out, comment it below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.